Alrighty,
Yeah.
well, good morning, Blake. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is our first video of the year. This is so
Oh,
great.
this is my first video of the year too.
Yes.
Shout out to 2021. We survived 2020.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Yes. This is an amazing feeling. I was just thinking about that. I was like, wow, I'm not, it's the third day, and honestly, three is my favorite number. So this feels really good. I'm like, okay, it's the third day. When I'm not taking this weekend to relax. I'm like, though it's the new year, I spent my time like with my family, having some fun. We created vision boards, which is really cool.
Mm,
Drove out, I'm in California still, so I drove out to San Diego, was just by the
mm.
beach for a little bit. So I got my me time in. Now it's like, okay, let's get to work. So
Yeah. I'm down here in Miami, 305 Dade County. Shout out to everybody from Miami. This has been an amazing 4 or 5 days I've been down here. I can't even remember exactly how many days I've been here because it's just been such a beautiful journey so far. So I'm happy to be here. First video, first podcast, first anything like this for the new year. So happy to be spending it with you, Kennedy, because
Thank
I
you.
love everything you're doing. I even saw your post this morning. It was like, just smile with your little peace sign. I'm like, oh,
Just
that's so
smile.
cute. That's right. Just smile. It's gonna be all right. So yeah.
Yeah, like that was definitely my motto last year. I was like, just smile, because so many things can happen, and you could either let it weigh you down. You can use them as stepping stones to get stronger, and so that's obviously like a testimony in itself. That's what this place is for. Like, are you going to let the things of life break you down, or are you going to use these bricks, all this debris, step on it, climb on it to propel you forward? So I was just like, just smile. Some people did not have the New Year's they expected. Some people did not start off their first 3 days on a good note, but you got to smile and you got to keep it pushing. And it sounds cliche, but it's so true. Sometimes I can be having a terrible day, and sometimes I do need to just feel that moment. I do need to be like, okay, this is.
Yeah, it's important to just
feel it,
work through it. Don't try to suppress it, because if you suppress it, it's gonna stay. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna stay within you. That's something I've learned through therapy, is that any emotion that you're feeling, good or bad, when you feel it, allow yourself the space and opportunity to feel it, but also have the awareness to understand when you have to start to really pull yourself out of it. Because if you feel it too long, you might get stuck in it. And like I said, just feel it for the moment, get through it, give yourself time and that grace and space to do that. And then when you're done, move on. And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to not be okay. That's my like low key slogan.
Ooh. And I love that song. It's okay to not be okay. It's true. Sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
I have to work on that, because sometimes like just smile, and it makes it seem like I don't take time to feel it. I have now been like taking that time, because I realize when I don't express my emotions, when something happens and I keep it bottled up, one small thing can happen, and then I'll just erupt. And people are like, Kennedy, he put pickles on it. You can take the pickles off. No big deal. But I'm like, I said no pickles. Just things like that are so small, so trivial, don't matter. But if you don't take that time, like you said, to feel and to let it out and be in that moment, you could be projecting your anger, your frustration on others. And that is not a healthy practice. And like you were speaking earlier to therapy, I know that's one on my vision board, is to narrow down one therapist that I would like to begin my journey with, my healing journey with, because sometimes trying to like do like self-doctoring, like I'll just be with myself and I'll just talk with me. I don't have the expertise to work through some of my struggles, or sometimes I could be so vain and be like, oh, I was right in that situation. So moving on to the next topic, I kind of want to hear a little bit about your experience, like getting into therapy, what led you to this point, how has it helped you in your life, how have you progressed since you started this journey?
I'll start with, it was about 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago. I was in a car accident in my senior year of college. And due to my behaviors and things afterwards, I was actually committed to a psych ward for a couple of days. And after that was the first time that I realized that, you might really want to go see somebody and talk to a therapist, talk to a psychologist. These are what these doctors and medical professionals are recommending. So what really do you have to lose? Because at the time I had insurance, I had the money to pay for it. So I was like, okay, cool. And so that really started my therapy journey. And one of the first therapists that I had a really good connection with, well, I can't even remember her name, but she was a therapist, counselor at my university, UIS. And the amount of insight that she helped me unpack within myself helped me tremendously with understanding where I was. Fast forward, so I'll say about 2, 3 years ago, I was in and out of therapy throughout those years, but 2 years ago, November 2018, is when I was in therapy. I was on medication, seeing a psychologist and a therapist, and I was also teaching at the time. I was struggling with alcoholism. I was struggling with depression, anxiety, and grieving from the death of my grandmother. Everything hit ahead when I realized that the responsibilities of me being a teacher at the time, I couldn't do it. And it was probably like 3 or 4 weeks I wrestled with this idea of I'm failing my students. I'm not there for my students. And I reached a point to where it was like, I have to save myself first. And if I don't do that, I'm no good to anybody.
Wow.
And so from that point, I made my health and wellness a priority over anything else, over a job, over a
Yes.
bill, over a relationship, over my own thoughts and desires of what I wanted. Like, no, you have to take care of yourself. And it really propelled me down a journey that I'm on now, which is I'm a mental health advocate. I've used my story to inspire others, not intentionally, but that was by accident because I just started to share my story. And it just so happened that I started to inspire and motivate and encourage other people. So being the person that I am, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to get better at it. And podcasting became my therapy as well. There are other things in my life like healthy eating and cooking is also part of my therapy too. And fast forward to the height of the pandemic and everything that we were experiencing in 2020 in June of this year, I experienced I'll say a difficult interaction with somebody that I care and love deeply, which sent me very quickly back into a deep depression and anxiety and stuff like that. And I was just like, no, you've come too far. You've
Yes.
done too much.
You
You
take a
know
breath.
too much.
Yes.
You know these signs. So you got to do something about it. And going to therapy once a week is not enough. So I found a therapist who I was able to see twice a week. And I've been seeing her twice a week since July of this year. And when I say my life has completely changed, partially due to her, partially due to my own will and desire to heal and to change and to live life in abundance and in an abundance of joy and peace, it's helped me to see myself in a new way,
Wow.
to accept my own challenges, problems, I say in quotations, because everybody got problems, right?
Everybody got them.
But through my most recent therapist, I've really opened up. I really unpacked some things that I never thought I would unpack, definitely not this soon. And it's led me to be here with you now. It's led me to create my company, the Black Podcast Club. My podcast, Diary of a Mad Black Man, was
I
kind
know
of like the first.
I see that gear you repping it. I see it. I was like, okay, you don't even gotta wear white today because I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So it's been an amazing journey. And the thing I like to tell people is that I don't use therapy anymore to fix me. I use it as one of my tools to fix and heal myself. Because I think a lot of people look to therapy as, oh, I'm going to therapy, I'm going to be fixed, I'm going to be healed. And nobody else can fix or heal you better than you. So I use therapy as a tool, as a resource
Yeah, I
to
like that.
heal
I
and
like
manage
that.
my healing journey.
And I think that's the misconception that a lot of people have about therapy. And I think as we spoke in our previous conversation, like, the negative stigma, especially in the Black community, in regards to therapy, it's like, oh, I don't need no one to fix me. And that's what they'll use that phrase. I don't need anyone to fix me. I'm not broken. There's nothing wrong with me. It's like, no, someone else here's what you say about yourself, about situations. They assess it from a professional standpoint, and they allow you to really take that time. Because I'm going to ask you, since I have not gone, I only know from one of my friends. We met her briefly, like on social media, Bianca Vani, that girl. Yes,
Yeah.
she's on it. So I'm learning a little bit from her, but I feel like they give you prompts that you take back and you're able to think like, wow, okay, maybe I could have done this differently, because only you know you, like you said, only you can really fix you. Only you know what areas you're willing to work on, and you're able to really reflect on your own thoughts and your own feelings. And it's not someone else coming in, tightening this screw, loosening this bolt, putting oil here, scraping the rust off over here. No, it's really what you got to do. And I think sometimes you don't want to do that work because it's uncomfortable.
Listen, I try to tell people all the time, healing is not like a joyous experience. I mean, I don't want to say, let me think how to say this. It doesn't feel good. It's not always going to feel good.
Yeah.
But when you've unlocked a layer of pain, when you have a wound that has been open finally get closed, that's what makes it worth it. And the reason why I say it's like up and down, ebb and flows, because, and I'll use my own story as it is when I say this, I've been through 25 plus years of trauma. 25 years of traumatic events, experiences, and even trauma that I caused to other people.
Yeah.
There are certain things that I've done to my mom and my sister that I am not proud of at all. I've caused trauma to them, and I have to heal myself from that. And there are going to be times, there are going to be moments where it's going to hurt. It's not going to feel good. I'm going to beat myself up about it. But the beautiful part of the healing journey is that it's okay. It's something I'm learning to constantly tell myself, it's okay. You're going to get through this. And your story is your story. You can't change the past, but you have an opportunity now with this pain that you have to use it for good. Yes. And that's really what I've done through my podcast. I've used everything. I've been very transparent. Probably not as transparent as I'm about to be in season 4 of Diary of a Mad Black Man coming soon. Shameless plug. It's coming.
It's coming in June. Coming in June.
Something? I was literally just sitting here journaling, thinking about when I'm going to drop it.
Oh.
What I can say is that I'm going to drop it Netflix style.
Okay.
So I'm going to just drop all these episodes. Boom. Here's season 4 out, one and done, and then just promote from there.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's like, it's the ebbs and flows, it's the ups and downs of the healing journey. But the thing about it is that I know I'm heading in the right direction. When you think about a road trip, everything on a road trip is not all sunny skies and palm trees. And, you're going to go through some moments where it's like, okay, this is kind of boring or this kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, I know where I'm headed and I know how this is going to benefit me in the long run. So I'm going to keep going, keep moving forward, because this is better than sitting in my trauma, better than sitting, suppressing my emotions, better than still being an alcoholic like how I was a couple years ago. I'm able to say that I've overcome that. And it's because of therapy, because of healing, that I've been able to achieve that.
Yes, and I hope that whoever hears this is also inspired by what you've been able to do, and will take this and they'll use it. They'll be like, wow, okay, I can also heal from this, because sometimes we don't realize. I think one thing that stuck out is we sometimes focus on the trauma that we've experienced, but we don't focus on the trauma that we may have caused someone else, by me acting radically, by me, if say I curse someone out, and maybe that's a trigger for them. You don't even realize that you could be putting someone else in a really, really bad place because there's things that you haven't addressed and worked on within you. And that's what's this whole process has been like for me. For me, it's been a little uncomfortable. Like, like it's been uncomfortable because I'm like, I'm sitting here asking other people to talk about really sensitive areas and parts of their lives. Am I ready to address my sensitive, private areas of my life? So, asking people to, in a sense, relive their trauma, or asking people to unpack these stories about their life. It's like, are you ready to do the same? But there's one person who I spoke with, and when I was questioning, am I ready for this? Is this something I should even be doing? Do I have the expertise? Do I have the resources? Am I capable? Do I have the proper language to, talk to certain people about certain topics? And this woman, she said to me, you teach what you need. And in that sense, what I need is to work on being transparent with myself. I need to work on embracing, the ugly parts of me and being proud of the great parts of me. Sometimes like I'll get on these calls and I'll listen to what someone says. And I'm like, dang, I don't even think I realized how my response in this situation could have affected someone else. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if I really want to walk in what I'm preaching, I know I got to go back and apologize to that person. It's okay to sit with the thought, but it's even better to take action. And I think what we really
Mm-hmm.
want to do in this year, a lot of stuff last year was just happening and just happening and just happening. And what I really want to challenge myself and others to do is to take action. You don't have to just let life happen to you. You can go after things and you can make things happen for yourself. And I kind of want to circle back to you. You said there's a few things that you've been doing. You said you've been getting healthy eating, cooking more. What are some like recipes that you've been making, or what are some healthy practices that you've incorporated into your life that have also helped you get through this healing process?
There's several things. One is I try to have a fresh fruit smoothie every single
Ooh,
morning.
wow.
So what I'll do is I go to my farmer's market in Atlanta,
Mhm.
and I'll get fresh strawberries, papaya,
Mm,
mangoes, blueberries,
that
raspberries,
sounds so
cherries,
good.
all kinds of just fresh fruits. I call them fruit prep them. So cut them
Mhm,
up, put them in little freezer bags, and then so that way first thing in the morning I just take them out, put them in my smoothie, put a
mhm,
little bit of almond milk in there.
mhm,
Shout out to Vegans and Jen. I put a little bit of her sea moss gel in it too, and it's like the coffee to my day now. Like it just
mhm,
gets me up and going. Versus like times when I'm out of town, like how now I'm in Miami, I'll go to Smoothie King or something like that. Try to, I went to the grocery store with my homeboy, bought some strawberries, some bananas, and things like that. Just try to keep some fresh fruits and vegetables in my life. I love to cook too.
okay.
Cooking is very therapeutic to me.
Wow.
So I like to say I'm like 85% plant based because I love crab legs. I love crab legs.
Ooh.
I just had some crab legs the other night and it was so fire.
I did too. I made my first
So
seafood
fire.
meal. It was so good. Oh, it was so good.
So yeah, just trying to make sure that I'm eating a healthy diet and exercise. I got my LA Fitness gym membership back.
Mhm,
Before I came out of town, I was going to the gym every day. Prior to that, I was going 4 or 5 days a week, but now it's like it's a daily thing because it's not
mhm,
just about having a nice body or being physically fit. It's also about being mentally fit. Like you
mm.
feel amazing after a good workout.
Yeah.
Like the
And the
dopamines
discipline
in
it
it.
takes. It takes a lot
Yeah,
of
and
discipline to get up every day and do that. And
okay,
structure.
absolutely. Some
You're able to
days,
structure your day.
listen, some days I'll be up going to the gym like, oh my God, I do not feel like going. But then it's like, okay, you gotta go because one, you need this discipline in your life. You committed to
Mhm.
going every single day, so you're gonna do it. And another thing I do too is I turn my phone off.
You're
Just
talking
turn
about
it off.
let me hide. I
I
know
will
I need to
turn that phone off. Like do
turn
not
it off.
disturb is not enough. I turn it off because what I notice when I start to turn my phone off is I'll pick it up like unintentionally, like unsubconsciously. Like I'm addicted to my phone.
It's an
So
addiction.
it
Yes.
is an addiction. These apps are just designed to be addictive. But when I pick up my phone and I try to click my screen and it's off, it's like a reminder, like put it down, like leave it alone. Like I don't even know if you noticed in the beginning, it was like I took my phone, I was like, yeah, we're just gonna throw this over there because we don't need no distractions. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I'll say the last thing that I do to just that's part of my self care routine is I just love on myself.
Mm.
I take myself out on dates. I take myself for walks in the park. You know what I'm saying? So it's like definitely in a relationship with myself, So anything that I would do for somebody else in a relationship, like I definitely started to doing it for myself. And I believe that once the Lord sends me a bae, I'll be I'll be more prepared for that person to care and nurture them and pour into them because my cup will be full and we can share with each other with the excess that we have,
Not pour from an empty cup. So you got to
You
fill
can't do it.
yourself up first. That
And
is
it's
also,
nobody else's responsibility to fill your cup. It's nobody else's responsibility. You have to fill your own.
I've been on this really cool wave. I don't know if you've seen it. This is
Ooh.
blueberries and lemon. I don't have mint yet. I do need to go get mint, but like I just take blueberry, let it go to the bottom, take lemon, squeeze the lemon juice out. And this, like, I'll refill this maybe like 3 times before like all the flavor is gone. That's just, I'm slowly incorporating different things into my lifestyle because I'm like, I want clear skin, but what am I drinking? Ices. I love ices. I love ice.
Mm.
I love cold drinks. I'm like, that's sugar. And I miss college so much because I had that discipline. Up at 7 a.m., work in the gym, well, because I ran track. So had to be up. So it's difficult to implement your own discipline on yourself. It's easier when you have someone else saying, Kennedy, where are you? Holding you accountable. Like when I have someone else holding me accountable, oh, it's so easy to do that. But being accountable for you because you need to, like you said, be your main priority. Make yourself a priority.
Yeah.
Fall in love with yourself. So do things because I'm doing this for me because I want to get there, because I want to feel better about myself. Because when I approach someone else, like, what can I give them if I am depleted? I have to fill myself up. So, ooh, gems you're
Yeah.
dropping, gems you're
Yeah.
dropping. That is
Yeah.
key.
That's, something, it's so interesting because I am definitely very selfish with myself and everything around me. Like if it's not about me, it don't even matter. But the kind of person that I am, I love people and I love helping people. And like something like, for example, like the Black Podcast Club. Yeah, it's my company, but I'm nothing without my members. I'm nothing without the people that are part of this, that support me, that tell me, "Oh my God, Blake, you inspired me. Do you even know what you created and how good this is?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I know," but so it's good to have both, to have that mindset of, yeah, this is about me, but it's also about us as well, and to have that community of support, to have a tribe and people that can hold you accountable, be like, "Yo, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you messing up, bro. You need to step it up," or you said you was gonna be here at this time. Where you at?
Where's your alarms, man? I got 5 alarms. I was like, I'm gonna be on time. My hair gonna be done. I'm not gonna be putting on a lash. I'm like, hey Blake, hold on one second. I was like, I'm gonna set structure into my day.
And something, you said something that made me think of, like, that's something I've had to learn for myself even recently, which is that it's a process. I think we can easily create a list of everything we want to do and implement in our life, but true change doesn't happen overnight. Like, for example, like my skin and my teeth and things like that, these are all things that I'm working on. I understand that, like, it's not going to happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had braces for 3 years and I just got them off, and it's like I forgot that this is just the first step to the process. I need implants, I need a whitening, I need all kinds of stuff. But just being like, yo, it's okay, it's not the end of the world, and these things are going to happen over time, and just giving yourself space and time to enjoy the moment and enjoy being present in the space that you're in.
And did you have braces the first time you FaceTime?
I did.
Because they were blue, right?
They were blue. That was the
I
last
was
color I
tripping
had.
this
Yeah.
whole time. I was like, maybe he's just not opening his up. Like, congratulations, they're off.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
that smile's beautiful. Yes, look at that style.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm super excited about it because it's
Yes.
like 3 years in the making. And
Something
even now,
about
like the other
three.
day,
About
I
three.
something about that three.
Yes.
Something about that three.
One of my friends, her name's Polly, she'll constantly tell me, Kennedy, you're not being present in the moment. So that's why you don't enjoy like big moments like in your life, because you're not present. Like if you're like back to being on the phone, sometimes I'll be like, it's not here yet. Come on, like it needs to start now. Like the show's ready. Or if I have a brunch, like where's the caterer? La, 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 la. But I have guests waiting for me. It reminds me of the story of, like, I think it's Mary and Martha. If you want to bring it to the Bible, like Mary and Martha. Mary's sitting at Jesus's feet. She's learning from him. She's just sitting there absorbing, taking everything in. And Martha's mad because she's kneading the bread and she's preparing the wine. And she's like, Jesus, don't you see all the work that I'm doing? And it's like, he's saying, blessed are those who take time to listen when I have something to say. She's present with me. Her presence is the blessing. And sometimes you can miss the blessing or you can miss the reward because you're not present in that moment. I think that point that you touched on is so key. It's so key. Being present with you, acknowledging parts of your life about, even if you do consider yourself selfish, I'm realizing that being selfish is the new
It's the new wave.
black. Orange is the new black. Being selfish is the new black. You got to be selfish
Yeah.
because that's kind of the world we live in. But even in you being selfish now, you can make yourself more available to other people because you took that time to take care of you in that season, in that moment. Now you can pour into other people.
But it's gonna be good. We're definitely gonna do great things. Continue to heal in 2021 and beyond. This isn't just about a new year, new me type situation. This is a new way of life, new way of living, new way of being. So definitely.
Wow, that's beautiful. New way of life, new way of being. That's key. Say that one more time so I can just hear it again. Say it.
This is a new way of life and a new way of being.
Wow. There we go. There we go. Well, Blake, I thank you so much. This has been a great first interview of the new year. Marking this off our checklist, starting off strong. You continuing to work on Diary of a Mad Black Man, reach all those people that you need to reach. And thank you so much for pouring in to my community, filling up my cup. I appreciate your gems, your words of wisdom, and I also appreciate your experience. And though it may have sucked a little bit, I know that there was a purpose in it. And I'm so grateful that you're here with me now.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This has been the one thing I've been looking forward to today. I was telling my homeboy, like, look, we got to hurry up and get upstairs because I got an interview at 1 o'clock and I'm not going to miss it because my homegirl, Kennedy, I ain't been knowing her that long. That's my homegirl. And I got to be sure I get ready for our interview and we there. So I thank you for having me and for believing in me and being inspired by my story and understanding that this journey is just that. It's a journey. It's not a final destination. And I appreciate the fact that our paths have crossed. And I'm certain we'll probably be doing bigger and better things together in the future.
Oh, you already know.
As we both elevate in life. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Yeah. We're trying to tell people, like, look, one day I'm gonna hit you with a call. I might hit a group text like, yo, so the boat will be ready in the south of France. Okay. The jet's gonna leave at 10 a.m. from New York. If you need some flight money, I got you. Because we partying today. We're gonna party for all. So your calendar, let's go. So, yeah.
I cannot wait.
I am Blake, and I'm living in transparency. And I am Blake, and I'm here to remind you that your pain has purpose.
Yes, have a wonderful day. Have fun out there. Get a little tan on. Hydrate.
Look. 305 Dade County. I'm out here for the next 2 days. What's up? Hey.
All right. I'll check in with you later.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right, you too.